Abbott Elementary wins big. Cheryl Lee Ralph delivers one of the greatest acceptance speeches in Emmys history. Kenan Thompson hosts. There's a special cameo appearance that makes you feel nostalgic. We got other winners from Succession to Ted Lasso. Better Call Saul got absolutely snubbed, and so much more. Let's talk about the recap from the Emmys. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your daily dose of pop culture. That guy right here, and I wanted to talk about the Emmys that premiered last night and was undoubtedly one of my favorite Emmys that I've seen in a long time. We'll start things off talking about Kenan Thompson hosting the Emmys. It was a big surprise to a lot of people, I think including Kenan Thompson, not because he was hosting, but because this was his first time hosting the Emmys ever. And if you know anything about Kenan Thompson's reputation, he's had a pretty stellar career over the last 2 decades, pretty much my entire lifetime. So to hear that he was hosting the Emmys for the first time was a bit of a shocker to me. I mean, the man, the myth, the legend has been an icon. He has been absolutely outstanding in just about every project I've ever seen him in, from All That to his time on Kenan and Kel to Good Burger to SNL, a very long tenure with SNL, I might add. And yeah, Kenan Thompson has been absolutely incredible, and he was nothing less than exceptional at the Emmys. He actually gave a pretty entertaining show, from changing outfits to just his delivery to his jokes. I don't think that there's anything that was too crude or in any way, you know, offensive to anyone. You know, obviously, you know, comedians are gonna comedy, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, there was no drama or anything. It was a relatively tame show, and that's a good thing given the reputation that some of these previous shows have had. So I was happy to see that there wasn't necessarily any drama or any, you know, weird moments necessarily. It was nice to see that it was a relatively good show, good for Kenan Thompson, good for everyone involved, and just an overall positive time. Because I think if we remember correctly, I think over the last 2 years, the Emmys have been hosted from home. So they've done the show, but acceptance speeches and things like that were delivered through Zoom. And this was the first time that everyone in a while was able to come back together and celebrate in person. And I think that was a really big deal. And so to have Kenan Thompson be able to host the first one back is a pretty astounding accomplishment. And I think he did an excellent job. I'd give him a 10 out of 10. It was very entertaining. We got to talk about that cameo that happened. Of course, cameo between the brothers Kenan and Kel. It was absolutely incredible. This was a moment that I was not expecting at all. I think it was a really nice nod to, you know, some of the 90s babies out there, anyone that really was a fan of Kenan and Kel, Good Burger, you know, that whole project that they were a part of together. It was nice to see the two brothers come together once again. You could see that there was clearly a lot of love there, and it was very exciting. I had a great time just seeing it. It filled me with so much just positive nostalgia, as these were shows that I grew up watching. So to see Kenan and Kel come together as Kenan is hosting his first thing, I think was not only a momentous occasion for Kenan Thompson, but was also pretty a big deal for everyone watching. Everyone in the room, I'm sure, was feeling the love, and it was nothing less than spectacular. Next up, we got to talk about some of the awards that were handed out. Obviously, I wasn't able to fully watch every show, but I was familiar with every show that was being nominated, and the ones that won obviously won for a reason. A lot of the shows had a great amount of competition, so it was really nice to see some of the winners be really shocked to have won, given the just kind of, I think, competition that they were up against. Some very astounding shows, actors, you know, writers, you know, stiff competition in this time around. So it was really nice to see that, you know, there was, you know, people were pleasantly surprised to see that they had been recognized for their hard work. And I think that was incredible. One acceptance speech in particular, however, completely stole the show, and that was delivered by none other than Cheryl Lee Ralph, who won Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for their show Abbott Elementary. If you haven't seen Abbott Elementary, I highly recommend it. It is not only moving and groundbreaking, great writing, but it is also just a very funny show, and it's one that I really enjoyed. I binge watched as much as I could the first season, and it's one that I highly recommend. But her deliverance of her acceptance speech showed humility, it showed grace, it showed just power, and I loved it. Here's what she had to say.
To anyone who has ever had a dream and thought your dream wouldn't, couldn't come true, I am here to tell you that this is what believing looks like. This is what striving looks like. And don't you ever give up on you, because if you get a Quinta Brunson in your corner, if you get a husband like mine in your corner, if you get children like mine in your corner, and if you've got friends like everybody who voted for me, cheered for me, love me, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So yeah, as you can see, absolutely incredible acceptance speech. She really delivered it. She nailed it, knocked it out of the park. And I was very happy to see her be recognized for a labor of love that she clearly has put into the show. Not only did Cheryl Lee Ralph win, but Quinta Bronson also won for Best Writing in a Comedy Series. So that was it was a big night for Abbott Elementary. This year at the Emmys, we also saw a lot of representation, which was incredible. From Kenan Thompson hosting the Oscars, to Lizzo winning big and just showcasing, to Lizzo winning big and also delivering an incredible acceptance speech stating that it's okay to be yourself, to be who you are unapologetically. And if there's one thing that Lizzo is, it is unapologetically herself. And it was a beautiful thing to see, showcasing love to her, quote, big girls. And I think it, you know, whenever you see Lizzo perform or you see her speak, there's just a sense of power and I would say, you know, comfort in who she is. And I think it fills the room in a way that is really hard to describe. You'd almost have to see it for yourself. But Lizzo is Lizzo and you can't help but love her. And I think from my perspective, I was really happy to just see more people of color win Emmys, whether it be from Best Writing to Best Supporting Actress to Best Lead Actress. We then had Zendaya, who won for Best Lead Actress in a Drama Series for her role as Rue in Euphoria. Now, after watching the most recent season of Euphoria, it was without a doubt that she should definitely be nominated. And if she were to win, which I was very much hoping that she would, it would be a really climactic moment, I think, in her career. Now, Zendaya's already won an Emmy, but this second win makes her the first ever Black woman to win an Emmy twice in that category. So it's absolutely incredible to see that she is being recognized. Zendaya had a absolutely stellar year in 2021, and it seems to be continuing now. Like, the woman is just unstoppable, and I think she is a great role model for young women, for women in general. Just the amount of success that she has had, the hard work that she puts into her craft. If you've seen her in her role in Euphoria, it was not an easy role. It was probably one of the most difficult roles that I can imagine an actor would have to undertake as someone who has a substance abuse problem. And, you know, for her to do it and do it the way that she did, she definitely deserved to be recognized. And I think she was a clear standout winner in the drama series. So it was really nice to see her win. She looked stunning as you could imagine from Zendaya. She always comes out killing it with looks. And yeah, it was a big night for her. It was nice to see, like I said, more representation, more people of color winning big awards and being recognized on a global stage for their hard work and dedication to the roles and to their craft. So I've said this before and I'll say it again, representation matters. And it was incredible to see all of these just incredible people that I've come to respect and have really enjoyed watching, you know, whether it be growing up or today, you know, being recognized for their roles. I think this was one of the better Emmys that I had seen in a while. I was really sad, however, about Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul did their last season. They featured some of their final episodes this year. And not only that, but they've been nominated over 40 times for Emmys through their multiple seasons of the show and have not won a single time. And that was really sad. I know, you know, I kind of felt bad for Bob Odenkirk and the cast and the writers because each subsequent season of Better Call Saul got better and better with a more intricate plot, better writing. The character development just continued season over season. And I was really hoping for something of a win, especially in their final days, you know, of the show. But unfortunately, it didn't seem to happen. They got beat out once again. I was really hoping that Bob Odenkirk would take the win for Best Lead Male in a drama series. However, unfortunately, I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I was hoping that they would have had at least won once in the multiple seasons of the show, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sure it's it's just an award at the end of the day, but I think it's important. You want to be recognized for your work, and for a show that has consistently, in my opinion, done a great job to, consistently deliver great storytelling and great writing and great performances. such as, you know, that from Bob Odenkirk as Saul. I think, you know, I can't imagine it doesn't hurt to not be recognized for that at least one time. But, you know, all in all, I think the Emmys was really good. It was actually very exciting. You know, I don't think it ran too long. You know, some of these award shows definitely have a tendency to run a little long. I think this was it was a solid run. I was entertained throughout the majority of it. And so yeah, but I'm curious to know, what do you guys think about the Emmys? Were you excited? Was there anyone that you were hoping would win that won big, or anyone that you were hoping that didn't? Let me know down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like on this video, as it greatly helps out the channel. And yeah, whatever you guys are up to, I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.